Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel, as we are joined by our resident badass here on Monday nights, Bron Breakker, the Intercontinental Champion.
From Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Bron Breakker.
As I was saying, folks, the Intercontinental Champion is in the house, and he is looking to kind of warm himself up before the big challenge ahead when we get to Saudi Arabia at the King and Queen of the Ring PLE, because Bron Breakker learned last week who his opponent will be for that very show, and it is none other than the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita. But tonight, Breakker looks to test his skills against this man right here. Indeed, Dragon Lee coming down to the ring, representing the LWO.
The LWO from Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Dragon Lee.
It's been a good little minute since we've seen Dragon Lee here on the JPG channel, but every time that we do, he reminds us exactly why we should see more of him. Dragon Lee, last time we seen him, as a matter of fact, was in tag team action, collaborating, of course, with the man that he's looked up to throughout his entire career, and the leader of the LWO, Rey Mysterio, who is in full support of Dragon Lee's aspirations here tonight, because, I mean, while Bron Breakker thinks this might just be a warm-up match, maybe he's overlooking Dragon Lee just a slight bit. If Dragon Lee does pick up the victory here tonight, he has pinned the Intercontinental Champion, and, I mean, that's going to do wonders for his stocks here on Monday Night Raw, and certainly probably insert him into the Intercontinental Championship picture. So this is a big opportunity for Lee as he gears up against the badass. And look at this right ahead. Look at this Bron Breakker trying to rush in. Like I said, perhaps, oh, what a standing shooting star. I was going to say, perhaps overlooking Dragon Lee trying to get this thing going and get his paycheck, collect his paycheck, and take on a plane to Saudi Arabia. Breakker was trying to make it an easy night at the office. Dragon Lee says, I don't think so. Look at this combination offense. Quick as a hiccup, and another standing shooting star splash. Goes for the cover again. Breakker gets the shoulder out. And suddenly it's Dragon Lee, who's certainly brought the intensity in the early goings of this one, but Bron Breakker looking to slow the pace down just a tad bit. Although we know Breakker has the endurance that is just absolutely unmatched when it comes to this whole wrestling thing, as now Bron Breakker going second row. Oh my, and speaking of not just endurance, look at the agility of Bron Breakker, leaping nearly halfway across the ring to deliver that double axe handle. Dragon Lee's trying to find a pocket to get back into this one, as now he goes for the leg of Bron Breakker. This is certainly a very, very daring for Bron Breakker to take such a high-risk matchup just days away from a huge title defense. And Dragon Lee is looking to take to the skies here on Monday night. Dragon Lee soaring through the air like a dragon with a tope con heel over the top rope, wiping out the Intercontinental Champion. And Dragon Lee, like I said, before the bell even rang, he's going to need to be looking to take full advantage of this opportunity, and he's doing just that. As look at this. My God, what the hell was that? And another Hurricane Rana. He almost springboarded himself into a Hurricane Rana. Catapulting himself into a Hurricane Rana would probably be a better word. Dragon Lee, oh, but Breakker, there's that power that Bron Breakker certainly will have over Dragon Lee, and there's a Hurricane Rana for you. Now not to be outdone is what I should say is the Intercontinental Champion as he soars through the air with a huge elbow drop to the heart of the Dragon. Goes for the cover. Dragon Lee getting the shoulder out at 2. And now Breakker needs to watch out real. Oh my goodness, just sending Dragon Lee down to the floor. And now, wait a minute. Oh no, Bron Breakker's calling Lee up to his feet. We saw Dragon Lee take to the skies earlier. I think Bron Breakker's feeling a little froggy as well. My God, a tope con hilo from Breakker. Bron Breakker, absolutely unbelievable. As now Breakker, this time, is the one throwing Dragon Lee back in the ring, fully in control of this one. As Dragon Lee trying to lick his wounds, but here comes Breakker again. Big boot right to the face. A big boot right to the face is now Bron Breakker shots right to the face of Dragon Lee. I have to believe that every shot that Bron Breakker gives Dragon Lee, even though he's wearing a mask and you can't see his real face, all Bron Breakker sees is Konosuke Takeshita when he's punching it. As the referee gets momentarily involved in Breakker's business. And now, wait a minute, Dragon Lee with another Hurricane Rana takes out Breakker. Dragon Lee trying to stay in the fight here. Like I said, a big opportunity for Lee as he now tries to get Breakker on, but Breakker now with the Dragon Screw. No pun intended, that's just what the move's called. And now Bron Breakker muscling up Dragon Lee for a power bomb of different sorts. Goes for the cover again. Dragon Lee again with the kick out. Gotta be frustrating Breakker here as he rolls into a gator roll. Face lock submission hold. Dragon Lee just getting his back wrenched right now by the Intercontinental Champion. As now Breakker sending him off the ropes, making him think about it. Goes for a tilt-a-whirl something, but Dragon Lee finding his way out of it as now Lee wrenching at the arm of Breakker. What a shocker it would be for Dragon Lee to pick up a win against Bron Breakker. And I only say that because of the momentum that Bron Breakker has been on as of late. My God, look out! What the hell did we just witness? A fall-away moonsault slam by Dragon Lee. What the? Oh my, look at that drop kick. You talk about the agility of Breakker earlier. Dragon Lee just won up that. And now Breakker is in the drop zone. Dragon Lee's calling for the end here as he hits Operation Dragon. Operation Dragon. Oh, he did. Oh no. It's all about placement. It's all about placement, and Breakker knows that. Breakker was able to actually escape defeat by just having ring awareness. As now Dragon Lee realizes that he was just inches away from putting away the Intercontinental Champion. And now Bron Breakker goes for a ride. Dragon Lee almost pinned the Intercontinental Champion. We can say that in a full sentence now, folks. Goes for the big splash into the corner and gets it. Breakker's in trouble. Breakker, oh my goodness, look at that huge explosive clothesline that Breakker just delivered. Just when you think that he's down and out, here comes Bron Breakker back into this one with, I was going to say a Tiger Driver, but actually turned it around into like a corkscrew-esque Tiger Driver, another power bomb for good measure. Breakker is done playing with his food, as now he sends Dragon Lee halfway across the ring. And oh no, wait a minute, Dragon Lee doesn't want to be there. No! Breakker almost ran straight through him like a freight train, but Dragon Lee actually able to outsmart the champion. And now Dragon Lee sending Bron Breakker back in the ring again. He recognizes just the weight of this opportunity. Doesn't want to win on a count-out victory. He doesn't have any bragging rights if he does that. Oh, goes for a Hurricane Rana. Bron Breakker just able to duck out of harm's way that time. And now big explosive clothesline once more by Breakker. As now Dragon Lee could be in a world of trouble as now Bron Breakker. No, again, Dragon Lee. A second time with the Operation Dragon. A second Operation Dragon. This time Breakker's foot's nowhere near the ropes. Breakker survives. You've got to be kidding me. And now, oh, there's a clothesline by Breakker. And I think the frustration is growing when you think about Bron Breakker, as now he sends Dragon Lee off the ropes, and this time, no reversing. Bron Breakker just absolutely mutilating this man. As now Breakker sends Dragon Lee on the top rope here. Look out! Gonna send him soaring through the air with a Hurricane Rana. Breakker goes for the cover. One. No, Dragon Lee getting the shoulder out at one. Still some heart, still some fight left in Dragon Lee. And now, wait a minute, Bron Breakker now. Oh no, wait a minute, was going for, I don't know what he was going for, but Dragon Lee was able to put the brakes on. No pun intended, my God, stacked him high with the German. Stacked him high with the German, and now Dragon Lee is in trouble. Bron Breakker is in full control once more. Dragon Lee, though, again, out the back door. Very crafty has Dragon Lee been in this match, but Bron Breakker is trying to... Oh, big double axe handle. Caught Dragon Lee flush on the jaw. As now Bron Breakker, another Hurricane Rana attempt, and beautifully executed once more. If I'm Bron Breakker, I'm looking to put this thing in a bed real quick here. Dragon Lee has almost pinned me on several occasions within this match. As now Bron Breakker trying to think of next his next plan here is now, wait, oh, Dragon Lee, oh, got caught, my God. Bron Breakker is absolutely terrifying when he just can catch another human being out of midair like that, and a jumping net breaker, and to have a vertical that the man this stature has is absolutely insane if you ask me. As now Bron Breakker is just once again biding his time. Again, not something that I would exactly agree with, but who am I to tell Bron Breakker what to do? As now Dragon Lee, oh no, wait a minute, Lee with a nice reversal once more. Bron Breakker again sending him off, and now a big belly-to-belly suplex. A big belly-to-belly suplex by Bron Breakker. And now, wait a minute, oh no, Breakker. What the hell has he got planned for Dragon Lee on the top rope? Oh, big strike right to the face. And now, wait a minute, oh no. What the hell? An avalanche fall-away slam. An avalanche fall-away slam. Dragon Lee is out, and there's the Hurricane Rana. A spear. A knife edge cutting spear to Dragon Lee for the win. Lee brought his A game, but it was not enough. The badass, the Intercontinental Champion, with another victory here, just days away before he faces that man right there. A common adversary, the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, who's walking out as Intercontinental Champion in Saudi. I can't get over the performance we just seen out of a young, hungry talent, one of the greatest luchadors in the world today, Dragon Lee, certainly putting his name on the map when it comes to the JPG channel, when it comes to Monday Night Raw's future. Look out for Dragon Lee after a performance like that. But folks, we are joined by O'Reilly and Strong, of course, Undisputed Era. Two men that have been on an absolute collision course when it comes to defeating tag team competitors, when it comes to defeating really anybody, as O'Reilly and Strong have remained undefeated since returning back to the ring, back to WWE, and making their debut on the main roster and spearheading their way through the tag team division for one common goal, and that is to become the tag team champions. And they will have their opportunity. Remember, there's been quite a few digs at DIY. There's been some blows exchanged, of course, as well. Ciampa and Gargano granting O'Reilly and Strong their opportunity. When we get to Saudi Arabia, the tag team championships will be on the line at the King and Queen of the Ring event. The UE versus DIY dream match stuff going down when we get to our PLE, folks. But tonight O'Reilly and Strong have a bit of a different test ahead of them because they're facing a tag team that doesn't have any tape to watch when it comes to preparation. This is I don't want to say a makeshift tag team, but it certainly is a one of a kind, if I can steal a phrase on this man's singlet, and certainly a wild card tag team of this man right here, Rob Van Dam, and a man that he has decided to take under his wing, the young OG himself, Jevon Evans. These two we haven't seen on Monday Night Raw in quite a few weeks, but best you believe that they were definitely going to be showcased a lot more as we get towards the future, as we get towards the summer here on the JPG channel. Heading into SummerSlam. Rob Van Dam and Jevon Evans. Last time we seen them, they were having their own quarrels with none other than Ethan Page, the egotistical, maniacal Ethan Page. As we await the arrival of the young OG himself, Rob Van Dam has nothing but good things to say about Jevon Evans. Likewise, anybody that's really met this kid in real life or has had an exchange with him in the locker room, Jevon Evans is always such a bright spirit. The only time that he really puts that smile away and gets to business is when the bell rings. Other than that, he's really a guy that has an infectious energy, and especially relatable to our crowd here tonight. Jevon Evans, always a fan favorite when whatever building he steps in. And tonight, he's looking to get bouncy with Rob Van Dam and perhaps put away the Undisputed Era and what would be an absolute shocker. And I want to say almost an upset of a victory, just based on the stature of O'Reilly and Strong, being that these guys do come from a tag team background, being that they have been tag teaming for years now, versus Rob Van Dam and Jevon Evans, who's making their debut as a tag team in this match alone, as Kyle O'Reilly goes straight for the midsection of Rob Van Dam, obviously targeting the much older competitor out of these two. Rob Van Dam, certainly no spring chicken anymore, but he definitely still has a spring in his step. And if Kyle O'Reilly even lets his guard down for 1 second, Rob Van Dam's going to show him exactly what makes him one of a kind. Oh my goodness gracious, what a huge elbow right to the throat. O'Reilly and Strong, as I mentioned, has been absolutely relentless in their assault on the tag team division here on Monday Night Raw. As here comes the king of the backbreakers, Roderick Strong. But then here is exactly what makes the UE such a dangerous unit. It's that tag team continuity that they've had all the way back in their NXT Black and Gold days, all the way back in ROH days, where these two, I should say four, along with Cole and Fish back in the day, they made their name. They cut their teeth down in Ring of Honor. As now RVD trying to get something going for himself, but O'Reilly is having none of it. And now Rob Van Dam getting sent face first into the turnbuckle. Look out, big full head of steam, but might have missed. Well, I mean, he did definitely miss, but might have made a huge mistake that time. That is very unlike Kyle O'Reilly to do so. He's a veteran in that ring as well. Him and Strong both. The only man that has less than 5 years of experience in this match would be Jevon Evans. And he's one of the best to do it right now. Certainly a future champion here in the WWE. As now Kyle O'Reilly averting RVD's attempt, but Rob Van Dam averting it right back. And now look at this, went for a kick. Kyle O'Reilly wise enough to keep his distance and avoid that monkey kick, that ninja kick by Rob Van Dam. Nice arm drag by RVD, and there's a monkey flip for his troubles as Rob Van Dam tries to get something going for himself and his team, Jevon Evans. You have to lead by example when you're a veteran of the tag team. That's exactly what Rob Van Dam is doing. Nice Alabama slam. And now wait a minute, like I said, still has spring in his step. Beautiful second rope moonsault. O'Reilly's got to peel the shoulder off the mat. Oh my goodness, cannot believe just a picture perfect moonsault we just saw out of RVD. Another arm drag takes him down, and RVD is building some momentum, but just when I say that, here comes Roderick Strong with a cheap shot. Roderick Strong with a cheap shot to RVD, and now wait a minute, oh, what a knee strike right to the face of Rob. And now wait a minute, we talk about the king of the backbreakers. There's a perfect example right there. Double knees right to the back of RVD, a man that I'm sure his back feels absolutely on fire after years and years of high-risk maneuvers, making a career out of it, almost Jeff Hardy-esque, is Rob Van Dam. Of course, came up in ECW, one of the most extreme versions of wrestling that we've ever seen and ever will see, as now Rob Van Dam, look out here, beautiful sunset flip off the second, goes for a cover, Strong getting the shoulder out. And now wait a minute, Rob Van Dam tagging in Jevon Evans, he's looking to get bouncy, my God! And if that's your first impression of Jevon Evans, you didn't see him in our last few episodes that were showcasing him, well, welcome to the rest of the world, because Jevon Evans is about that life for real. Now look at this, my God! A leg trap, almost a Michinoku drive, fisherman drive, I don't know what to call that. Jevon Evans looking to get Roderick Strong back in the ring though, as Strong rethinks his life choices. Look out! My God, a springboard clothesline by Jevon, and there's a huge moonsault off the third. Certainly one-upping Rob Van Dam's moonsault off the second. Almost got the cover right there. Again, that would have been a shocker. I would have had to call that an upset. Even though I have all the faith in the world in Jevon Evans to get the job done, knowing his abilities in that ring, Strong and Kyle O'Reilly are just too damn good of a tag team. They've been on too much of a hot streak to lose to a tag team making their debut as a tag team in this match. And now, wait a minute, we saw the double knees by Strong earlier. This time he gets a little bit of assistance, courtesy of Kyle O'Reilly. There's now O'Reilly going top rope here. Elbow drop right to the back. And Jevon Evans, oh, look out. Beautiful counter by Jevon Evans, just rolling out of harm's way that time. Oh, big boot right to the face by Kyle. There's now, wait a minute. Oh, what a drop kick. Got a bunch of air that time. O'Reilly made a mistake. And now the less experienced Jevon Evans with a nice drop kick again. This time goes off the rope again with a springboard moonsault. He has taken it to both members of the Undisputed Era. Two men that have held championships down in the very promotion that Jevon Evans cut his teeth in NXT. And now, wait a minute, Kyle O'Reilly now. O'Reilly going for the kill. Jevon Evans slipping out the back. Beautiful crucifix pin. Oh, no, what's it going to say? Kyle O'Reilly almost got caught right there, but Jevon Evans having to go back to the drawing board. And a big super kick to Kyle O'Reilly. And now, wait a minute, Jevon Evans taking out Strong now with a springboard DDT. Almost one final beat-esque, if you ask me. And now, wait, he's not done there yet. A springboard moonsault. This kid, Jevon Evans, is absolutely on fire right now. Look out. Springboard frog splash now. Strong has been isolated. O'Reilly has no choice but to count on himself to kick out. Jevon Evans, absolutely out of this world right now with a German suplex. And now Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's in trouble. He's in trouble. Look out! My God, the young OG Cutter. The OG Cutter connects, and Strong had to save O'Reilly this time. I say that confidently. That OG Cutter would have gotten the job done. Believe you me. I don't care how many tag team championships these men have held over their entire career. As now RVD, realizing that the kid needs a little bit of a break, he's going to take on Roderick Strong. Beautiful drop kick there. And now Rob Van Dam is rolling, no pun intended, rolling thunder splash. And now, wait a minute, O'Reilly with a cheap shot, but Rob Van Dam's got something for that too. Rob Van Dam's got something for that too. Strong's out. Strong's out. To end the streak that UE's been on, a 5-star frog splash to Roddy. 1, 2, O'Reilly's got to save the match. Oh my goodness, what a team this could be in the future. We talk about the tag team championships being on the line in Saudi Arabia. We might not be too far off from these two, Rob Van Dam and Jevon Evans, challenging for those very championships. As now Strong trying to get back into this one, as the UE has certainly been put through the ringer as of late in this match. And now, wait a minute, this is where O'Reilly thrives the best, the submission game. The technical aspect of a wrestling match is where Kyle O'Reilly really shines, but Jevon Evans making the save for his team. As now, wait a minute, Jevon Evans taking I think he was going for a strike on Kyle O'Reilly, but accidentally took a strike at our official, as a matter of fact. Is now O'Reilly. Oh, big knee strike. A big knee strike. And now, wait a minute, Jevon Evans spikes him with a Dragon Rana. A Poison Rana. I'll get it out eventually. My mind's still on Dragon Lee, clearly. As now Jevon Evans. And now, wait a minute, Rob Van Dam. No, wait a minute. I was going to say, he still has spring in his step, but does he have this much spring in his step? Here comes the veteran over the towel. Oh, that's a hard land at the age of Rob Van Dam. Kyle O'Reilly now. Big elbow strike right to the jaw of Jevon Evans. And now here we go. Isolating the ring. This is what has brought the UE so much success. This is what's gotten them victories over prominent tag teams like Bate and Dunn, like the New Day, like the Motor City Machine Guns. Kyle O'Reilly now stomping out the chest of Jevon Evans. Count of 7. I don't think Kyle O'Reilly even gives a damn about winning this match. Count of 8. Gonna try and take the cheap victory, apparently, is O'Reilly. Rob Van Dam's on Dream Street. And look out, you've got to be kidding me. Kyle O'Reilly taking a cheap victory after a great tag team match. That really leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But, I mean, I cannot fault Rob Van Dam and Jevon Evans not one bit. They certainly brought the fight to the Undisputed Era, but clearly O'Reilly trying to preserve his energy, his and Roderick Strong's energy for what's coming in Saudi Arabia, that being the tag team champions, DIY. Well, folks, the name of this episode must be Opportunity, because we have another young up-and-comer known as Tatum Paxket, who is going to be granted a huge opportunity here tonight, not only making her Raw debut, a part of this faction that I guess Shotzi Blackheart has brought to Monday Night Raw. I guess these girls are calling themselves Chemical X. That already sounds very very ominous and very, very dangerous to get in the ring with. Anything chemical wise, I'm trying to stay away from. Believe me, I did my years of science. I've seen enough chemicals, but I mean, if these three ladies had a chemical, I don't know, I might might be interested in that. I'm not sure, but anyways, let me get back on track here and stop gooning. Tatum Paxket, as I was saying, is making her debut against none other than the women's champion herself, Sasha Banks, the boss. Banks, like Bron Breakker to start our show, wanted a chance to shake off a little bit of any ring rust that she might have, because it's been quite some time since we've seen Sasha Banks in the ring, and she knows that she's going to be in the fight of her life come Saudi Arabia, as she has to take on her former best friend, Bayley. Of course, Banks is indeed being accompanied down to the ring by her Banks Corporation affiliates, Brianna Brandy and Kiana James. Of course, Mariah May is, I'm certainly sure, nowhere not too far behind wherever these three ladies go. And what a unit those four have been as of late. Already have brought tag team championships and the women's championship to this faction led by Sasha Banks. And with the women's intercontinental championship tournament beginning soon, one would have to believe that Mariah May is going to have her eyes on that. So by the end of SummerSlam, if Banks survives Bayley and if she defends at SummerSlam and survives that, then her entire Banks Corporation team will be draped in gold, and that's exactly what Sasha Banks wants. As she takes it right to Paxket, and now, a huge backstabber. You gotta believe. I was gonna say, I don't know if she's gonna hit that or not, but who am I to doubt? The boss is now, here's a frog splash. Banks, of course, trying to make short order. She probably looks at Tatum Paxket like this shy, scared rookie. Paxket certainly has done her routes on the indies. She's definitely earned an opportunity to be here, just like everybody else has. And Shotzi Blackheart and Gigi Dolan, those are the two ladies that we see accompanying Tatum Paxket here tonight. I'm sure they see exactly what everybody else sees out of Tatum Paxket. Went for a huge elbow drop. And now, wait a minute, Sasha Banks off the ropes. My God, what a drop kick. What an opportunity would be for Tatum Paxket to actually pick up a victory here tonight. Because now, wait a minute, Paxket now. Oh, what a huge neck breaker. A neck breaker to Sasha Banks. As now she goes for the cover. Does Paxket. And now Banks setting Paxket in. Oh, I was going to say setting Paxket face first into the turnbuckle. But Paxket turns it around. Big enziguri strike right to the face. And here comes Tatum Paxket. There's just a brief glimpse of what Shotzi's team that she's concocted here on Monday Night Raw, known as Chemical X, what they're going to be all about here, and perhaps could make a run at the women's tag team championships in the near future if Paxket gets a big victory over Banks right now. And just this one night alone, we've seen standout performances from faces that we're starting to get a little bit more familiar with, faces that certainly are hungry for opportunity, and Paxket is looking to add her name to the list, but might have gotten a little too overzealous that time. Sasha Banks making her pay for it big time, stepping on the ankles. Banks now getting back in the ring. As now Tatum Paxket, I'd hate to see a second count-out victory. Let's not do that. I don't know what the hell the Undisputed Era was thinking, but I'm glad they got their just desserts before Saudi Arabia DIY, sending just a last-minute message to the Undisputed Era. As now, wait a minute, Paxket going to the top rope. Sasha's getting back up to her feet, though. Paxket, beautiful agility that time. And now big knee strike right to the face. Sasha Banks had to roll out of harm's way, almost found herself in a bad way. A jumping neck breaker by Paxley now. What the hell is that, a kendo stick? Who just threw that in the ring? Either Brianna Brandy or Kiana James, that's for sure. Paxley now absolutely completely distracted at that. And now, wait a minute. Oh, takes out Kiana James. Tatum Paxley now. Oh, Brianna Brandy don't want no smoke. She don't want no smoke with Paxley. And now, wait a minute. Now it's Chemical X. Gigi Dolan and Shotzi Blackheart. Oh, wait a minute. Our referee, I think he just threw out either Kiana James or Brianna Brandy. I'm not sure, but Paxley almost had a victory right there if our referee wasn't distracted just by him trying to throw those ladies out. That's how much of an impact that any member of Banks Corporation can add to a match. As now Sasha, she goes for a roll-up. Goes for the roll-up here. Paxley gets to get the shoulder out. And now Tatum Paxley does not want to find herself there. Knees right to the face by Banks. And now Banks going off the ropes. Oh no, Paxley. Nice counter that time. And now look at this. Went for a backdrop driver. Banks getting the brakes put on though. As now, wait a minute. Oh, what a knee strike. Oh, what an elbow strike. Paxley trying to mount some form of a comeback here. Sasha Banks sends her off the ropes. And oh, what a kick right to the face. A kick right to the face by Paxley. And now Tatum Paxley now off the ropes. Big run up. Oh! Look at this. Innovative offense by Tatum Paxley. A crossbody, and then she used, I think, her knees? Her knees to, like, add more. Oh, what a nice maneuver there by Paxley. I was going to say to add more damage to a move that was already damaging enough. And now Paxley. Punch right to the midsection. And now full head of, I was going to say full head of steam, but Banks putting the brakes on once again. Springboard drop kick. I think she's seen enough of Tatum Paxley. Has Sasha. And now, wait a minute. Paxley now, though. Big drop kick right to the face. Paxley now sending Sasha Banks back into the turnbuckle. Didn't get it earlier, going for it now. Full head of steam. Oh, again as Banks rolling out of harm's way. And now Sasha Banks sending her into the turnbuckle. Back and forth we go. Paxley now. Look out over the ropes with a nice arm drag into a kip up with a drop kick. Beautiful combination by Pax. And now Tatum Paxley here. Oh, chop block right to the knee. A chop block right to the knee of Sasha. Paxley's just having a freak episode in the corner there. And I went for a drop kick. Sasha Banks, though. Oh, look at this. Innovative roll-up that time. Almost caught Paxley off guard. No, Paxley, though, makes the save for herself. And now Sasha Banks is calling for Paxley to get up to her feet. Double knees to the back. Double knees to the back of Paxley. And now, wait a minute. Banks now locking her in. Locking her in a submission maneuver. A last chancery by the boss, the women's champion, trying to put away Tatum Paxley still. You have to believe that Sasha Banks did not believe this match would go this long. Just like Bron Breakker trying to preserve her energy for her title match in less than a week now. Big drop kick, though. As now Tatum Paxley is finding a way back into this one. She is hanging in there with the women's champion herself. And now, wait a minute. Tatum Paxley, oh, look out. A huge corkscrew senton. Connects beautifully. Sasha Banks almost got pinned by the debuting Tatum Paxley. And we are certainly going to not be seeing the last of Paxley after a strong performance like this against the women's champion. But here comes Banks doing what she does best. And exactly why she's the women's champion. As I look out. Sasha Banks now. Oh, Gigi Dolan chipping away. Out ringside. Paxley trying Trying to catch her breath here as Sasha Banks argues with Dolan in the corner. But now, wait a minute, Banks right back to business. Right back to business with the double knees to the midsection. Double knees to the midsection, and now Banks is calling Paxley up to her feet. What does the boss have in store here? And now, wait a minute. Oh, rolls through into a drop kick. Just for style points, I guess. As now Banks is calling for the end. Backstabber right into the Banks statement. The Banks statement is locked in. Paxley has nowhere to go, and Banks gets the win. We have certainly not seen the last of Tatum Paxley, as I said already, but Sasha Banks clearly is more than ready for the incredible obstacle that lies ahead of her when we get to the King and Queen of the Ring event, when she takes on Bayley, a woman that she has made history with in the past, a woman that has probably inspired all 5 of those ladies that has surrounded her here tonight to become professional wrestlers. Banks and Bayley have a lot to do with the reason why the women's division is what it is today. And we get to see a reincarnation of that when we get to Saudi Arabia. Banks and Bayley for the women's championship. It's all going down at the King and Queen of the Ring event. It's been a tremendous night, like I said before, for some new faces to earn some opportunities against some already known faces. We've seen Dragon Lee earlier tonight take on Bron Breakker and give him a run for his money. We just saw Jevon Evans and Rob Van Dam bring the fight to Undisputed Era, almost causing such frustration within the group that they had to resort to a count-out victory to get the job done. Tatum Paxley showed out in her match with Sasha Banks before this one. And now a man that is widely regarded and oftenly familiar with our beloved fans, LA Knight, the megastar, has the pleasure of welcoming Rany Orton back to the squared circle just days before Orton takes on perhaps his greatest rival throughout his career, the last real champion himself, John Cena. LA Knight looking to play spoiler in Randy's return to the ring. It's been a minute since we've seen Rany Orton in the squared circle. And he made his return last week to try and remind John Cena just who the hell, at least he thought he was, or who the hell Cena was back at his full potential. He doesn't know what the hell is this version of John Cena that's ripping on the fans and making cheap one-liners about local sports teams and just a bunch of garbage that Cena has been splaying out his mouth as of recently. And call it weird that Orton has to be the peacekeeper and try and knock Cena's senses back into him, but almost apropos at the same time because, like I said, a very storied history between Rany Orton and John Cena. You almost can't say the other's name without mentioning Orton or Cena. They're forever entwined with one another when it comes to professional wrestling. I'm sure back behind scenes, I know that they developed quite the friendship as well, but Rany Orton basically said last week that he doesn't see a man that he used to call a great friend or a brother. He doesn't see the John Cena that he went to war with throughout the entire 2010s, early 2010s. Rany Orton doesn't know what he sees when he looks at John Cena now, but certainly not the man that Orton thought he knew. But Orton's going to have to get his head in the game because he is in the game with the man that says that he runs the game, LA Knight, the man that says he calls the shots. What a tremendous match and a tremendous opportunity for the megastar. As now Knight sending Rany Orton into the turnbuckle Orton with a huge elbow right to the face and a big uppercut. Randy Orton had a tremendous title reign of his own not even that long ago. Like I said, it's been a while since we've seen Orton in action. As now Randy Orton with a huge neck breaker to LA Knight. Is absolutely going away on LA Knight as the megastar is on Dream Street. Orton doesn't look like he's missed a beat. As now LA Knight tries to peel away to the outside real quick, but Orton's right on top of him. And now, wait a minute, Knight. Oh, beautiful counter, though. That right there could put LA Knight in the driver's seat. And now look out here on the floor, nonetheless. A burning hammer. A burning hammer on the floor will certainly turn this match upside down. Randy Orton looking to bounce back, though. I don't know how you bounce back after getting your face. After getting dropped on your face on the outside. LA Knight now throwing some wild haymakers that time. And now look out. Big power slam by Knight. A big power slam by Knight. As now he's in control of the Viper. Orton can't afford to lose this match. He needs all the momentum that he could build heading into perhaps the last time he will ever be in the ring with John Cena, but also maybe the last time he gets a shot at a world championship. LA Knight, full head of steam. Orton with a boot to the face. And now Orton dragging LA Knight back into the turnbuckle here. Orton now hanging LA Knight in the Tree of Woe positioning. Big kick to the midsection, and now choking out LA Knight with the boot. Goes for the cover. Knight gets the shoulder out, though. And now Orton with a strike right to the face. LA Knight with a nice counter. Countering that with his own version of an arm drag. And now Knight, look out here. Catches him with a power slam. Can not overlook the strength that LA Knight possesses. Because while he may look like a small person on your screen, Randy Orton is a very large man in retrospect here. As now LA Knight, big knee strike right to the jaw. Goes for the cover on Orton. No wasted moments, no wasted breaths by either of these guys. That's the sign that you're witnessing a match between two veterans of this business. As now Orton counters whatever LA Knight was planning right into a power slam, or into a body slam, I should say. Now this is vintage Orton just breaking down the components of his opponent's body with those Orton stomps. Goes for the cover on Knight. Knight gets the shoulder out at 1. Randy now calling for the end already. Looking for the RKO. And now LA Knight with his own version of a body slam. Countering Randy. And now stomp right to the face of Orton. As now LA Knight looks to tell these people whose game it really is. Big running elbow strike. The megastar elbow drop as Orton gets the shoulder out at 1. And now big boot right to the midsection. Randy's got LA Knight on his shoulders now. Look out here. LA Knight getting sent face first into the turnbuckle. Ate every bit of it on the way down. And now wait a minute. Oh, I think he went for a running neck breaker, but Orton had it scouted. And now Orton sending him off the rope, sending him out to the floor. And Randy Orton's feeling a little froggy here. Calling LA Knight up to his feet. A big crossbody. A big crossbody to the outside. The legend killer himself, once known as a legend killer, now obviously a legend in his own right. A certified future Hall of Famer is Orton. As now Orton goes for the cover after a huge crossbody on the outside. Almost got the job done. But Knight is hanging in there. Big boot right to the face. And now Knight, look out here. As now he's got Randy Orton right where he wants him. Look out, my God. When has Randy Orton been thrown in the air like that? I'll tell you when, never. LA Knight again proving he's every bit of strong that Orton is. Has every bit of power in him that Orton does as well. As that went for a drop kick. Knight, though, with a counter, big clothesline connects. A big clothesline connects to Orton. And now Knight sending Randy Orton on the turnbuckle here. Goes for a... Oh, wait a minute. Orton now with a... Oh, look at that. A huge clubbing blow to the back of the neck. Randy with a huge clubbing blow to the back of the neck. LA Knight now could be in trouble. Knight has to find it within to kick out. Randy now. Oh, no. He's going to that place. He's going to that place. He's got LA Knight draped over the ropes and going for the draping DDT. Knight is out. There's blood on the face of LA Knight, too. I'm not sure when that happened, but obviously wearing the wounds of battle is the megastar, and it might all be elementary at this point. Randy Orton just biding his time. LA Knight now. Oh, no. Might have wasted a little too much time, though, because Knight is right back in the fight. Here he comes with an elbow strike right to the face. LA Knight now with a huge knee strike right to the face as well. Almost giving Randy Orton his receipt and his full refund. I think Randy Orton is bleeding from the side of his face now as Knight now stomping a mud hole and walking it dry is the megastar. A big knee strike right to the back of the neck of Orton. And now Knight sending Randy Orton back into the turnbuckle, but Orton obliging to stay out of the corner. Knight is trying to keep him in the corner. As this is a huge battle between these two. Knight throwing some wild strikes. Big drop kick caught Orton flush. A big drop kick caught Orton flush as now LA Knight sends him back into the turnbuckle. This time, LA Knight's looking to make sure that Orton stays down. As now look out here. He goes for a big superplex and connects. Connects with the superplex. Orton trying to roll out of harm's way as LA Knight was just about to go for the cover. Knight was just about to go for the cover, but Randy had it scouted as the veteran that he is. And now, wait a minute, there's the RKO. The RKO connects to LA Knight. Count of two. No, LA Knight got the shoulder out. Still some fight left in the megastar. The game's not over yet. We're in OT. I don't know how many sports references I can make before Randy decides to hit another RKO. It might not be too soon after because Orton's already going for the kill here. LA Knight, though, with a nice reversal. Nice power slam. And now Orton's in that corner. Knight, big run up, big clothesline to Orton. LA Knight now going top rope. Knight's going top rope. Knight now off the top rope with a knee strike. With a knee strike of epic proportions. As now, wait a minute, again top rope. This time with a megastar elbow drop off the top rope. 1, 2. Orton got the shoulder out. And now Knight sensing that this could be it. Sensing that this could be the end. BFT! A BFT to Randy Orton. 1, 2. No, Orton now gets the shoulder out as well. LA Knight can't believe it. He's arguing with our official. He thought that was a 3 count. He thought he saw his hand reach the mat for a 3. Orton, you don't turn your back on a snake. Randy Orton is slowly getting back up to his feet. Knight is distracted, and Orton is going to make him pay for it big time. He sends him off the ropes with a big power slam. Randy now going for a stomp to the hand of the megastar. And now Orton getting him back up on his feet. Orton going off, kind of go to the second rope again. And he gets a double axe handle. Knight is on Dream Street. And now again, Orton stomps to the limbs of LA Knight. All of it is clearly has been absolutely worn out in this match. Now Orton goes for the cover on Knight. You can see the blood draping down the face of Orton. And now Orton trying to send LA Knight off the ropes. Knight, though, with a nice, I was going to say, trying to find a nice counter, but he gets a punch right to the face for his troubles. Randy now's got LA Knight on the top rope. And now Orton sending LA Knight to the top rope. We've seen LA Knight hit a superplex earlier. I think Orton's looking to give it right back. Big superplex off the top. A big superplex off the top as now Randy Orton is calling LA Knight back up to his feet. LA Knight has no idea where the hell he's at. Randy off the ropes. And a big RKO, a running almost RKO this time, connects to Knight for the win. Randy Orton with a huge victory over the megastar to close our show just days before he meets John Cena one final time for the WWE Championship. It can almost write itself a story so perfect. Like I said, a history passed between these two. The chapter will close in Saudi Arabia. Orton and Cena one final time for the WWE Championship, as well as Cody Rhodes and Gunther one-on-one in the finals for the King of the Ring. The Care and Stratton in the finals for the Queen of the Ring. What an absolute show it is going to be.
Here is your winner, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Randy Orton with a tremendous victory over the megastar LA Knight. A very game LA Knight. Wait a minute. I was going to say just days before he meets this man, John Cena, for one final time for the WWE Championship live in Saudi Arabia. It looks like John Cena is looking to give Randy Orton one final message before we get to Saudi. Cena and Orton one final time at the King and Queen of the Ring event, folks. Don't miss it.